My next movie is this is a documentary. It's Lowndes County and the Road to Black Power. This is a documentary. It's set in Lowndes County, Alabama, a little outside of Montgomery. It was pretty much during the 60s, around 1965, when they were trying to get people, black people there to vote, going over a lot of pressure and stuff that the people were having to deal with. Lowndes County, there were a couple stories that if you're black and you just crossed the wrong white person or something was said to you that you kind of crossed the line or said something out of the way to somebody, you're pretty much dead. There's a lady, a white woman, that kind of mentions this in the beginning of the film, where there was a guy that was waving her and her friend down at one point, and her friend told somebody that the guy was waving at them in the car. And the lady found out the next couple of days that guy was killed. But what happened is he was living on some white people's land, and they would give him a ride. So and the cars were similar. So that was just a real messed up situation. That's pretty much what you were dealing with, because even somebody getting murdered like that, nothing would be done. And there in that county, a lot of people didn't own land, and they were pretty much sharecroppers and anything. So you were pretty much put off the land that you were living on because you don't really own it. If you call yourself going to try to vote, there were some actual black farmers that actually owned their land, and they pretty much set people up in camps while they were doing all this, so they could register to vote and everything. But it just kind of goes to show how messed up, that situation, was back then. But you had archive footage from Stokely Carmichael, Martin Luther King, Etta Baker, Fannie Mae Hellier, I
Fannie
think.
Lou Hammer.
Yeah, Hammer. Yeah. She's in it for a bit, and it's a guy named John Jackson that was, that was actually they were speaking to in person. But this was a real good documentary. It kind of opened my eyes. This was actually on Peacock. And I think it did. It was an awards. It might have won some award in a festival a couple, months ago. But it is on Peacock for free. So I mean, if you subscribe to Peacock, but